What is my favorite dating market out of the, let's say, 25-ish countries that I've been to, and that maybe includes 50 to 70 cities. And city matters more than country. You guys wouldn't believe like how different two cities, like two different perceptions you can get as a foreigner within the same country. Now, we're gonna get into that in a second, but I wanna talk about something too. A lot of people say that, my videos have been like, kind of negative. And whenever people ask me, so what's your favorite dating market? What's your favorite dating market? And I kind of like, and there are some that I like, but I'm kind of thinking like,
hey guys, back to the video in just a few seconds, but first, I had to share these amazing results that I've been having on dating apps using 100% fake AI-generated photos. Every single girl that you're seeing on screen right now, I matched with on Bumble using, yes, fake AI photos. And here are the photos on the screen right now that I used. And before you rush to the comments and want to say something dumb like, oh, I could kind of tell that they were fake, I know that you can't tell that they're fake because I'm lying to you. I'm showing you a mixture of both real photos and AI photos, and I bet you can't tell the difference of which is which. And I've done well on the dating apps even before with real photos, but ever since I put AI photos on there into the mix, the results have been absolutely insane, as you were seeing. And not only can I now be super lazy, I don't have to do photo shoots anymore in real life, but I can now get access to backdrops I never could before, such as being on a private jet or some insane looking baller Airbnb. And no, I know what you're thinking. Both the dating app platforms and Instagram cannot tell that these are AI and they will not get you banned. So if you want some of these for yourself, just check out the link in the video description. It's also in the first pinned comment. It's the same link, and we will get back to the regular video now.
There's not that many good dating markets left. I haven't been in the Philippines in a long time. It's been over 10 years. When I got to the Philippines, girls were telling me I looked like Brad Pitt. I'm not necessarily proud of what I'm about to say next, but I could go to a nightclub where there's a lot of regular girls and also some working girls, some prostitutes. And I was so handsome to them, being a 5'10" white guy with blue eyes, that they would go home and sleep with me for free. I could literally pull a working girl for free because I was such a rock star to them. Even though I haven't been there in the last 10 years, I know that those days are long gone. And all these hidden dating markets that my friends tell me, like, oh, there's no, pay for play culture hasn't, erupted on the scene yet. It's nothing like, say, like, Medellin. It's nothing like Medellin, right? It's all these, good girls. Bull fucking shit. Most places really fucking suck. And I struggle between like keeping my reputation as like, the honest dating coach, along with being positive and bringing some joy into your lives. The negative videos get more clicks and a longer watch time. But we'll try to make this more of a positive one, even though it certainly could be a negative one. The fact is that big cities and social media combine to make women terrible people. You combine, 4, 5, 6 plus million people crammed into a geographically relatively tiny area, and then give women a screen that has an algorithm made by fucking nerds that puts the top 0.01% of hottest guys, and they're just looking at the most charismatic, sexy guys, and then the dating apps show the hottest guys first, and then the hottest guys find them on Instagram. As long as the girl doesn't look like shit, she's getting hit up by all these like jacked, famous, millionaires and such. So it's pretty much fucked everything. Pay for play sugar dating has become the new norm. But there are a few places that I kind of like. Let's start with the places that I would say would be an absolute no-go no matter what, okay? So most of my experience is, by the way, in Latin America. I have been to Thailand and the Philippines, China, maybe another Hong Kong, maybe one or two other countries in Asia that I can't think of. I've done Europe, but I'm no means an expert on them, so we're going to talk about mostly Latin America. I'll throw in Africa in there as well too. Okay, but let's talk about places you absolutely don't want to go. The first one would be Mexico. Okay, but I did a whole video about this, so maybe you already watched. I'll make it short. The American mind virus has spread there. There's no respect for men. They're feminist. They're modern women. They're heavily involved with like sugar daddies and narcos, even though people don't know what's going on. Trust me, it is going on. And it just makes no sense. It's just a very, very frustrating dating market in terms of like a lot of front end like appeal and attraction. Like I could match with any girl on Bumble. I could match with any girl on Instagram, meaning I follow her, she follows me back. But Mexico is a no-fly zone. It's just flake central, like the ultimate black belts and time waste. Look, if you lower your standards to like the 5s and 6s, they don't flake, but as if I'm gonna date a 5 or a 6, absolutely not.
Hey guys, back to the video in about 10 seconds, but first, if you want to get a photo shoot with me that led to amazing results for my buddy Alex, he actually got a hot Brazilian girlfriend within a week. of doing his photo shoot with me, then go to my Instagram, RedbeardRants1, and DM me the word photo shoot. All right, back to the video.
All right, my next two no-fly zones would be Ecuador. Very low experience with Ecuador, but for me, for my taste, I don't think Ecuadorian women, at least the ones that I saw, were attractive. So if you like attractive women, everybody's standards are different. I don't want to get the hit piece from people of Ecuador. I don't want Ecuador to come attack me, but I didn't see any attractive women in Ecuador. Maybe your standards are different, but I would say probably stay away from Ecuador. The next one is Buenos Aires, Argentina. Wow. Me and my buddy, we swore like our dating apps were broken, that we were like shadow banned, that like something was going on. We have never seen such, or like on Instagram, we'd get like, you know, we'd have to follow like 40 girls to get like a single follow back. Oh, back in Mexico too, there was whatever. I don't want to say anything about Mexico. Forget Mexico, but Mexico, we had like some cities where like they would all follow us back, but then most would still flake. Me and my buddy, my good looking friend, Paul the German. And then we had some cities where like we'd have to follow like 60 girls to get one to follow back and she'd be super flaky. So Mexico is just really weird. But Argentina, it was at least consistent. Well, Buenos Aires, I don't know other parts of Argentina, but again, remember I said city matters more than country? There could be fire dating markets in Argentina. I'm sure there's one or two really good untapped cities. So it's not to say like, you know, Argentina as a whole is a no-fly zone, but certainly Buenos Aires. Arrogant, unattractive, skinny, weird, terrible accent, weird culture where they start clubbing at like 2 a.m. And yeah, just like a disdain and like resentment for foreigners. Okay, so just don't go to Buenos Aires, Argentina. There's no advantage as a foreigner dating there. Yeah, unattractive, weird girls that think they're better than you and yeah, want nothing to do with a foreigner basically. The next one, we'll talk about Medellin. Let's talk about Medellin, Colombia. Now, Cali, Colombia, I always reference my friend Paul the German. Paul the German had a great time in Cali, Colombia. Leave a comment if you can confirm that Cali, Colombia is still pretty good. I'm sure there's a shitload of prostitution there, but I'm sure there's probably a lot of girls that, you know, maybe only require what I call light sugaring. I'm not going to get off topic, but or just no sugaring at all to go out with. Just completely, yeah, don't expect money. I mean, obviously you got to pay for the dinner and the Uber and stuff, but whatever. So Cali, Paul the German said was quite good, but yeah, Medellin. So Medellin is a combination of heaven and hell. If you just want to run through a bunch of like, you know, easy sluts just by like, you know, look, the way Medellin works is like you do them a little favor and then they do you a little favor, right? That's just how it works. I don't care what anybody else says. Some guy in the comments, he doesn't know what he's talking about. You're paying and you're lying, or you're fucking ugly chicks, and that's all there is to it. They hate foreigners there. It's all groupthink. They don't like foreigners. So, look, I don't recommend going overseas for sexual tourism or tricking. If you want to do that, if you want to have some fun, who am I to judge you? Do what you want to do. That's not what this channel is about. That's not what I'm going to fully recommend you to do. Now, at the same time, it's fairly well developed for Latin America city. Surprisingly, they must have hired you know, German engineers or something to build a city because those people don't have the brain power to really, you know, plan a city. But they got some Germans or whomever to plan the city for them. Actually, it's decent infrastructure. If you go to like one neighborhood, you can get, you know, decent food. I know Colombian food is terrible. Medellin, despite all of its problems, has like a good feel. That there's, you know, tons of expats, like tons of really cool expats. Some live there, some passing through. But if you're in the right circles, you meet some really cool guys. You also get like the worst of the worst expats. And you can really come up if you can meet like a costeña, like a girl from the coast, a caleña from Cali, any other part of Colombia, Venezolana, like a Venezuelan. I don't know why I'm saying these in Spanish. A Venezuelan. Why am I saying Venezolana? You can really come up. You can come up fat. Like I had a fire Venezuelan girlfriend for about like 2 years there. Actually, after 7 years of living in Medellin, 6 or 7, I had 2 girlfriends. None of them were paisa, meaning girls from Medellin. So look, if you want to get lucky on a girl not from there and just, you know, like the one, you know, whatever, unicorn paisa girl, but they're also very, very low IQ. So Medellin can be heaven and hell. I guess I've since rescinded a bit of my hate for that culture. And certainly if you're just going to do sugaring or tricking, I mean, again, I don't recommend you do that. It's not here and now. I don't recommend any type of sexual tourism, but if you're that type of guy and you're going to do that, that's the clear choice, hands down. Now, let's talk about the better places. City matters more than country, and the best place I've ever been for dating in my entire life is Brazil. But I'm not going to reveal the cities because you brokies can just pay me. Listen, this is a job, like I said in other videos, like I don't care if you're mad. I don't care, he's holding back, he's gatekeeping. Yes, this is how I pay my rent. This is how I'm gonna achieve my financial dreams. You go do something for 10 years. You travel to 50 cities. You travel to 25 different countries and don't just pass through, spend significant time there, date as many women as you can, talk to as many other passport bros, get famous like I did, and then give it all away for free if you want to. But like I'm charging to charge from expertise. You guys can do research, but Brazil is hands down the best. Brazil is hands down the best. I'll tell you where not to go. Sao Paulo. Rio is still pretty bad in terms of prostitution. Every remotely attractive girl in Sao Paulo is a prostitute. I don't care what anybody says. I love Brazilian women. Okay, look, maybe not all of them, but 90% anyway. It pains me to say this because Brazilian women are the best women. You should not go to Brazil for any type of sexual tourism. Don't go there for that. Go there for legitimate romantic relationships, because Brazilian women, like, they're so great. They're more than just like, sex machines as, we tend to think of them as foreigners. They have amazing personalities. They're outgoing. They're intelligent. A word called carinhoso, they're like always touching you. I guess like affection, physical affection would be the American equivalent of the word cariño. So they're very cariñosa. I mean, what else can I say? Brown skin, fat asses, smart, intelligent, witty, charming, sexual. What else? I mean, there's nothing else that needs to be said. They are amazing, but you got to go to the right city. So definitely, also avoid Florianopolis. I had a fitness friend, Adolfo. He doesn't want to be in my videos, so I put a picture of him on the screen. But Adolfo is a legitimate Giga Chad. He's Portuguese too, so he speaks fluent Portuguese. Different accent than Brazilian Portuguese, but he speaks fluent Portuguese. And even he, as like a legitimate, like full-time, like he gets paid to do fitness modeling. I mean, no homo, he's got a 10 out of 10 face and a 10 out of 10 body. He's rich, charismatic, masculine, all this stuff, talkative, like all these things that one would want. He can do cold approach, but yeah, he didn't have any luck in Florianopolis, so you're not gonna have any luck either if Adolfo couldn't cut it. So you can talk to me more. You can find me on Instagram, RedbeardRants1, if you want to talk more about the best places to date in Brazil. But okay, let's go on to the next country.
Hey guys, back to the video in 10 seconds, I promise, but real quick, if you want a list of all the hottest girls in your area from Instagram so you can stop using dating apps, which are garbage, and meet hotter, more receptive, less flaky women on Instagram, then go to my Instagram page, which is RedbeardRants1, and DM me the word scraper, and I'll give you more information. All right, back to the video.
All right, the next country I want to talk about is not actually a country. It is the forgotten regions that no passport bros go to for, you might say, somewhat obvious reasons, which are Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Guatemala. Once again, I'm going to gatekeep here a little bit, but I've already pointed you in the right direction, okay? Do your research, talk to other people. One thing you got to be careful too, though, when I say do your research, doing your research is not getting on Tinder and matching with a bunch of girls and thinking that a single one of them will go out with you. I went to a city called Goiânia, Brazil. Besides Mexico, it is the worst dating experience I ever had in my life because I was able to match any girl on Tinder. Like my swipe right to match percentage was insane. Same thing on Instagram. If I followed a hot girl, probably 75% of the time the hot girl would instantly follow me back, start flirting with me. Virtually all of them flaked and wouldn't go on a date. Why? There's a million reasons we could speculate why. Then I go to a different city in Brazil, the exact same strategy, the exact same voice messages. Look, I have a whole copy and paste text messages database, right? I operate with virtual assistants. This shit's down to a fucking science. This shit is systematized. And same thing, I go to a different city and all of a sudden all the girls, don't flake. They can't wait to see me. And look, we could sit here and analyze it and break it down why. That's a topic for another video. I don't care. So don't think that the doing research of this, whole thing is like, I put my, thing to Honduras and I started swiping and I was getting matches with all of these beautiful girls in Honduras. That doesn't mean you're gonna write up into Honduras and they're all gonna go out with you, right? So trust me, like that's a real thing. Like that is a fucking, you guys think that I'm kidding, like that is matches and in conversations on Instagram go to Guadalajara and then holler at me if you think, or Goiânia. Go to Goiânia, Brazil, or Guadalajara, Mexico, and then tell me that like a fucking Bumble match means anything, or a long conversation over 2 weeks talking to a person every day means fucking anything in these fucking cities. So where else do we have? We talked about, like Middle America, Costa Rica. I went a long time ago, and I spoke very little Spanish, but I had success there. It didn't look, when you're used to like Colombian and Brazilian women, again, I don't think Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Panama, I don't think any of those places are gonna like wow you. But what may wow you is like the level of compliance. Like actually a girl from one of the countries that I just mentioned that I'm not gonna say the name of, because if you're a fucking brokey, fix your finances and then pay me and then I'll tell you, right? Again, sorry, it's a job, guys. It's a job, I gotta get paid. But one girl, I was saying like, what are you looking for in a guy or something like that? And she's like, well, what I really want is just a guy who I can really respect. It's like a competent older guy that can kind of teach me things, and I can just respect him, and then I can just give all my love and all my obedience to him. Like obedecencia. Obedecer is to obey, and she said dar mi obedecencia, like give my obedience. And I said, we were on a video call, I'm like, can you repeat what you just said? She's like, yeah, like, para dar todo mi amor y mi obedecencia. I'm like, she was about, I can't really tell because a lot of her photos are like, filtered and stuff like that, but I can tell she's got nice titties, fat ass, she's thin in the stomach, and I think her face is really beautiful too, but let's just say that I thought she was like a 7.5 or an 8, like this chick's really hot. She's like, beyond like adorable, maybe 7.5, 8. I have to see her in person, but she's a cutie, but she's not one of these, like I've lit like here, video editor, put some photos of like Lana or some videos of Lana, like the one where she twirls by the elevator, or just anything with me and Lana. I've dated some true, legit, like irrefutable like 10s, and she's not that, but her attitude and her energy made her a 10. She told me, like I rarely use dating apps. I mostly use Instagram, but the software that we use to scrape, we always have problems with it, like IP address bans, the accounts that we use get banned. We have to constantly buy new Instagram accounts and Google, because we put everything into Google Sheets and we get blocked by Google sometimes too. So I had a little bit of a problem. So I just said, hey, fuck it, I'll just try my luck on the dating apps. And in certain markets, I know I'm overly harsh on dating apps, but they can be viable-ish in certain dating markets. Why not? What was I saying? So we actually met on Bumble, and she's like, oh, I deleted the app because of you. And I like, either she unmatched me or she did actually delete the app. And I don't think this girl would lie to me. And she's just like, I'm thinking about you all the time. And I'm actually going to this place that I won't say what it is to meet her. And I got a lot of other matches lined up. And these girls are super adorable. Again, they're not like the statuesque, Colombians and Brazilians. But what do you want? Do you want like some flaky girl that's modernized in Sao Paulo, some career, not even a career woman, just like, a prostitute, in Medellin or Sao Paulo? And again, Brazilian girls, I love you to death. I've interviewed Brazilian girls from, like, other Brazilian girls have come on my videos and admitted that like 80 to 90% of the attractive women in Sao Paulo are doing a jobi, like a prostitute. Like it is what it is. But you want one of those girls? But again, you can still find amazing women in Brazil, even in Sao Paulo, for the record, okay? I love you, Brazil. Don't get mad at me. I love you, Brazil. But you want like one of those girls? Or, heaven forbid, like an American chick, a combative career woman who's, whatever, gonna compete with you rather than just be, submissive and feminine to you? Or do you want just like an unbelievably like adorable 7.5 who just can't get enough of your dick, who just, listens to you, obeys you? And like this chick that I talked to, if you're thinking she was like some submissive drone, like no, she was like joking around and super talkative. If there was ever like a little bit of a silence, she had like another question prepared, and she was bubbly and making jokes on her end too. She wasn't like some dull girl, right? In some city in South America that I won't say, that's let's just say geographically close to Argentina and Brazil, that I didn't like because someone forgot to put the seasoning on these bitches, right? They have no personalities whatsoever. They're like the most dull, boring girls. So you got to take that into consideration. So where else have I been in Latin America? That's, I haven't been to Peru yet. I haven't heard the best things about Peru. Let's talk about Asia real quick. I know this is going to be a long video, but we'll wrap it up because most of my experience in Latin America. Asia, look, if you're into Asian women, that's your thing. I'm not into them at all for the most part. There's hot women of all ethnicities, right? But they were super feminine and docile. I don't think they'd be like that, anymore when I went back. But you can look up for the latest updates. Also, the time zone kind of messes you up. But if you like Asian women, I'm sure you can still find a pretty decent, white or gringo or black, any type of foreigner advantage. I mean, look, I think the average guy in the Philippines is like 5'2". So if you're at least, 5'10", you should do great there. Africa, my good friends Bobby, who's Kid Greatness on Instagram, and Austin Holloman, who's Austin Holloman on all channels, live in Kenya. I like black women. I'm more like the mix, like the caramel skin tone of black women. I think the mulattoes, the mixed black girls, are like the most beautiful girls of all time. I do like some dark black girls, but Kenyan women, their specific tribal features of Kenyan women and being super black and the braided hair, they weren't really my style. But if you like black women, Kenya is like hands down, like just go to Kenya. Just hit up Kid Greatness, hit up Austin Holloman, pay the money, don't be a brokey, get audits from them, or not audits, consulting calls or coaching calls, figure out how to go there, where to go. Clear choice, hands down, if you like black women, and the time zone thing doesn't mess you up. You'd be dumb not to go to these places. And then in Latin America, I'd say you want to avoid Argentina, you want to avoid Mexico and Ecuador. And then the places with amazing potential are Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia, especially if you do a city outside of Medellin, like Cali, Barranquilla. I've heard great things. There's still amazing potential in Colombia. Just don't go to Medellin unless you want to go for tricking, which I don't recommend, but if you just know that's what you want, then go there. And then don't sleep on those little middle areas, Panama, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala. They may not be like the statuesque Brazilian girls, but maybe the advantage would be so great that even the few 7.5s and 8s, you can match them. And maybe like the girl that I'm talking to, the one I just referenced, they're going to talk about how they can't wait to find an amazing guy like you to give all their love and obedience to. So there you have it. After 25-ish countries, 50 cities, those are my favorite dating markets. Sorry, not sorry for gatekeeping a little bit. Don't be a brokey. If you want to know and save time and hassle and know about these amazing dating markets, you can hit me up on Instagram. It is RedbeardRants1, and that is the end. Subscribe for more free game, boys. Cheers.